Sonny Rollins is a prolific American tenor sax player and band leader as a jazz musician. He has played with some important people like Miles Davis, although I'm getting the feeling that Miles Davis has played with everybody in the jazz world. His career spanned from 1947 to 2014 when he, unusually for a jazz musician, retired. He has over 100 albums as leader, and he is much studied and strongly regarded. Hi, my name's Dan, and this is a review of Freedom Suite by Sonny Rollins, which is an album of small band instrumental jazz, and it's my first time listening to it. And I tend to record these reviews in small batches, so I have just a few minutes ago finished reviewing a Herbie Hancock album, which is also small band instrumental jazz. So I'm going to try not to get too fixated on doing a comparison because you probably just dropped in on this one and are not watching my videos through in series. I know there are a few people who do, but most people are casual visitors. Hi, casual visitors. Great to have you here. Hi, regulars. Great to have you here as well. Hi, anybody who's watching. Great to have you here. Right, okay, let's actually do the review. So we've got Sonny Rollins here on sax, which is his instrument. We've got Oscar Pettiford on bass, who I've not heard of, and we've got Max Roach on drums, who I have heard of. So that's 2 out of 3 are names that I know. So I'm doing quite well in getting this awareness of jazz going. There we go. The structure of this is side 1 is the Freedom Suite, which is a multi-part 19-minute epic thing. Side 2 is a collection of shorter tracks, and I think they're probably all renditions of songs. Certainly the one that I knew, which is Till There Was You, which is a song that I know and incidentally quite like. Um, Interesting arrangement of it. There's almost no drums in it, but there's a nice extended bass solo in that. The Freedom Suite itself, so I quite like side 2. The Freedom Suite I was less of a fan of. It felt like an exploration of form than more than music that I kind of go, yeah, that's enjoyable. I think they're trying things out, and I applaud people trying things out. Doesn't necessarily make for a great listening experience, certainly for me. So that half will probably be more appealing to people who think of themselves as proper jazz fans, which is not me. I'm not anti-jazz. I dip my toe in here. The second side, I would say, is more approachable to a kind of more general audience like me. There is some fine playing, and they are pushing up against the limitations of there being only 3 of them, which is obviously the thing that you should be doing with a trio, which mostly works. But I would say occasionally, just it comes across as a little clumsy. Um, and again, I think more that's probably just more my kind of lack of comfort with the first track here. Essentially, is mostly a vehicle for Sonny because his name's on it. He's leading this, but the other 2 do get a decent number of chances to do their own thing, and so it's got a fair feel of 3 people um, playing off each other. Let's say. Um, the recording is not as good as it could be, and this is, I'm afraid, I'm now going to do a comparison with the Herbie Hancock one that I've done. So a lot of the best recordings of jazz stuff that are on this list are from the Van Gelder studio, and this one isn't. And things sound a bit like they've been recorded in a box. Especially the first side here, it's a bit limited in its clarity and tonal range, I'd say. The sax also, whilst I'm doing complaints, sounds a bit raspy, and at times a bit honky at the bottom end, and slightly tuning wandering. Now, I know tuning on sax is interesting anyway, because you've got so much control over that. I felt at times that it could have been a bit more on it. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, well, okay. So if okay is here and meh is here, it's about there. Okay, it's between okay and meh. So not great, but not terrible. And there were bits of it that I enjoyed, particularly as said before, side two I felt better about than side one. Well, this is just my opinion, and which is, of course, what I'm doing in a review. But I'd love to know what your opinion is. So, could you please share that with me by leaving me a comment? That's it from me for now.